everybody, I'm Tom Vasel and welcome to Look Back. This is a video series that I do where I talk about games that I played last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and 20 years ago this week. And I tell you what I think about them now, if I think about them at all. Let's get going. 20 years ago in the year 2004, I reviewed Heroes Incorporated. Now, 20 years ago, there was almost no superhero game at all. So this was kind of like mind-blowing. It wasn't an IP or anything. It was fine. I enjoyed it at the time, but it's not now with so many other games out there. It's a 6 rather than a 7. Wonger. This is a really weird themed game. You're like in Aborigine dreams or something. It looks like the pieces all come from a craft store. It's a co-design from Alan Moon and Richard Borg. It's interesting. It's okay. It's a 6.5, but there's no reason to hunt this one down. Evo. Now, they just recently, I would say in the last 6 or 7 years, made a reprint of this game. This game about evolving dinosaurs that you can survive. Kind of a silly evolving. You might get an umbrella to help protect you from the sun. But there's some silly fun to it. I enjoy it. 7.5. And Apples to Apples. 20 years ago, I reviewed this game. It's now considered, to be good and to hate on this game. I was like, because you know why people hate on this game? Because they played it hundreds of times. I cannot say bad things again about a game I played hundreds of times. I just played this with my family like last month or so, and I'm like, this is still a fantastic game. The idea of having the judge pick your card still holds up. 8 out of 10. 10 years ago, I reviewed Hot Tin Room. This is from Leo Calavini, a designer who I just don't like his games most of the time. This one's okay. You're kind of running around this roof, your cat's on a hot tin roof from Mayfair. This is one of Mayfair's last gasps as a company. 6 out of 10. Pack of Heroes, another superhero game 10 years ago. This is a little 2-player one. You're building a little grid. That's pretty decent. 6.5. And Red. This is from Nestor Games, an abstract game about what you can see in the pictures of it. They're white and red and black circle combinations. You're trying to get ones in a row. I thought it was an interesting idea. 7 out of 10. All right, 5 years ago, I reviewed Cerebria, the card game. Now, I was not a big fan of Cerebria, the board game, which was kind of like Inside Up, the movie from Pixar. It was kind of like that, but it was just a big, much ado about nothing. The card game was like something they threw in with Take That. I didn't like it at all. 4 out of 10. Shikoku, this is a game where you play cards, move up a track. A clever game. I'm just not sure it was super fun. It was fine. 6 out of 10. Bricks, a roll and write game from Wolfgang Warsch, Tetris style. It was fine. 6 out of 10. Trellis, a little pretty game from Breaking Games about connecting these little vines that go through. I like these kind of games a lot. This one's 7 out of 10. And Duelosaur Island, the 2-player version of Dinosaur Island. I gotta say that the 2-player version has held up pretty well. I don't find myself playing the bigger ones because they take up so much space on the table, but this one's still solid. 8 out of 10. Last year, I reviewed LOQ, a terrible party game, 5 out of 10. Guns or Treasure, a nice little kind of bluffing type game. I just wish there was just a bit more to it, 6.5. Gardeners, in this game, you're building a garden, so it's kind of an interesting idea, 6.5. Rotten Tomatoes, the card game. Now, there's some things that this game could be tightened up on, but it's still a pretty solid party game. I put it in Dice Tower Library. I was impressed how much I liked it. It definitely brings out discussion, 7 out of 10. DEI. This is a dudes on a map style game, which is really interesting because the resources in this game are finite. So you're running around trying to collect them. It's like playing Axis and Allies, but a tactical game with just a few guys running around. Very interesting. 8 out of 10. And Thunder Road Vendetta. Amazing game. This reprint of Thunder Road still being played. People are loving it. An amazing, terrific game from Restoration. 9 out of 10. So those are the games that I reviewed 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Thanks for watching Look Back. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.